Hello internet people, how are we all today? This is this Tuesday or Wednesday? I'm not sure. It's 10 past 11 anyway in the morning. And you'll all be happy to hear that I've found my Vee Blocks, finally. They're in the cupboard in the garage. What more can I say? They're inside a box, and I didn't recognise the box that the box was inside. If that makes sense to you. So, I finally found them, but unfortunately they have suffered somewhat from being stored in the garage. Don't know if you'll see down there, there's evidence of some corrosion on the oil paper. That's not actually oil paper, it's kitchen tissue, but I'd soaked it with oil. Was it WD-40 or was it 3-in-1? I can't remember, but it wasn't enough to prevent some minor corrosion, so they have become stained somewhat on the underside especially. Now these are second hand. They had been left to corrode somewhat prior to me purchasing them. Now this one I've obviously cleaned up and oiled. This is what I'm doing currently. Really disappointed that I left this to get into a rusted state again. Not that I've done this before, but these blocks, what I'm trying to say is these blocks have suffered rust in the past, and it was my intention to keep them good, and I failed in my duty to do so. So I'm disappointed with myself there. So I'm currently cleaning up this one. You can see here that, I don't know if you can actually. It's actually quite difficult to do the camera work and impart information to you at the same time. You've got to be thinking about what you're saying and also thinking about where the camera is pointing and the focus and the lighting and everything. So here on the left you'll see a little spot of rust. There was some more rust on here, but I've already started cleaning that off. I've been messing around with a little bit of vinegar and obviously a bit of Scotch-Brite, as you can see. One thing that you're not seeing, which is off camera now, just give me a second here, is this little Dremmel tool I made up. It's reasonably effective, yeah. You've just got 2 bits of plastic bottle sandwiching 2 or 3 layers of Scotch-Brite. That's just cheap and cheerful Scotch-Brite out the kitchen, yeah, nothing special. It's not 3M or anything like that. And it actually works, you know, it does work. It's not difficult to do. It takes 5 minutes to put together. And you know, I've obviously got a little mandrel there that came in my kit, which I'm utilising. Now, I saw a video on this on YouTube by a chap that maybe has a few difficulties. I'll leave it at that. But he was going on about the price of these little buckles, yeah? Now these are your quick release Scotch-Brite wheels. I got 2 of these mops with one of these quick release mandrels, and these mops are as dear as fuck. Okay, pardon my French, I know some of you don't like swearing, yeah? And you know, it is sometimes unnecessary, and you know, you've got to be careful when not to use swear words, yeah? But when I'm irritated, I tend to swear. I don't think there's a problem with that. It's just letting people know my emotional state at this particular time, yeah? And I think that if you repress those feelings, you've got a problem, okay? So I think getting it off your chest a little bit is a healthy thing, right? So that's my opinion, and I'm sticking by it. So if you don't like it, you can fuck off, right? I don't entirely mean that. Not entirely, anyway. So, anyway, getting back to this topic. these little quick release things are as dear as fuck, yeah? £5 for a little wee riveted couple of desks with some Scotch-Brite sandwich between them. Now the only special thing about this, now I can't actually do this one-handed, but you kind of pull back on these and twist them and they pop off of this mandrel here. Let me see if I can set it up so I can show you at the same time. That'll do for now, I think. So what you do is you just, it's spring loaded, you push and you twist somehow. So here it is. Let me see. Right. You push and twist. Oh no, you pull, sorry. You pull it out and you twist it and it should pop out. There we go. Right. So it's a really clever little device for allowing you to chop and change these heads very quickly. Now, is it necessary, however? Okay, it's faster than unscrewing this retaining screw in the middle, but you'll buy what, maybe one of these for £5, yeah? You'll buy 5 of these mandrels for £5, and you can simply make up 5 of these in your kitchen or wherever, your spare room or wherever, for nothing. Simple, you can get this free, you know, maybe one sheet of Scotch-Brite, yeah? And when one wears out on you, you just hold the lock button, unscrew this like that, pull it out, put a new one in, and tighten it up again. Quick. Just as quick as effing about with these things. Only thing is, you've got to prepare 5 of those little Scotch-Brite discs that I just showed you in advance. Excuse me. Nice little idea. It could be really useful. People would and do enjoy using these little things, but nobody enjoys paying £5 for one of these little fuckers. It's a rip-off. Dremel parts in general are. Bide your time, folks. Order up 100 at a time from China. Wait a couple of weeks for delivery and you'll save yourself a fortune. You know, they might not be the same quality as some of the Dremel grinding parts or polishing pads or whatever, but for the prices and the quantities you're getting, you cannot lose, you know. This really is a rip-off. Everybody says so. I can't understand why people still waste money on these things, and they literally last 1 or 2 minutes, unless you're very, very careful with them. As soon as this pad, Scotch-Brite pad, catches on an edge of anything sharp at all, it doesn't necessarily even need to be metal, it can be wood or plastic. As soon as it catches on an edge, it flies apart, and your money it's just evaporating, you know. It's really is that bad. So anyway, this was going to just be a video to say that I found my Vee Blocks and I went off ranting again. Pardon me about that. Excuse me rather. So as you can see, there is some nasty staining on these Vee Blocks, as well as the evidence of some fresh rust, which rust is the killer of all great things. There is a saying, was it Brunel that said it? Can't remember who said it now, but there was something along the lines is rust is the destroyer or the corrosive something or other. I can't remember. But rust is the thing that all engineers hate. Yeah. If it wasn't for rust, if we could eliminate rust, things would last forever. Well, maybe not forever, but for a lot bloody longer than they do currently. And whoever thought that up would become super rich too. Anyway, so it's a little bit horrible. I'd really like to get it onto a table grinder and just give it a little skim, but I don't have that equipment. I've seen a lovely little table grinder on eBay the other week. I think it was going for £200 or £300 to I think it might have been a 3-phase motor, which is while it's more powerful, isn't very usable for people like me that don't have a 3-phase supply. But nice and petite, it would fit in the corner of our garage. You know what I mean? Well, not my garage because it's full of shit as it is. But it was going cheap, and I was just kicking myself. I really wanted it, It was £200 or £300, or it was when I last looked. But then you'd have to get it home somehow. You'd have to get it shipped home, and it wouldn't be a light thing to pick up. And then once you got it installed, once you got it home, you'd have to make space and get it installed, and it would have been a lovely little addition to a small home workshop. But I'll let it go. I can't afford it right now. I don't have the space for it, and it would need a little bit of work, like converting it from 3-phase to single phase and things like that. And it's just all extra time and grief, and I just have enough on my plate right now. So I sadly had to just move on, But anyway, that's enough yapping, I suppose, or ranting, however you want to describe it. Hopefully now that I've got my Vee block, I'll get on with the collar for the shaft here, the retaining collar. And if I get that done, I'll be motivated then to get the handle made. I'm thinking of ways to fabricate the handle without actually welding anything. I think the hardest part is going to be doing the internal square hole, to fit over this shaft. You do want a nice close fit. You also want the corners to be quite close, because you don't want any sort of wobbling movement like that, because then when you do tap the handle up with a hammer, you're not meant to do that, but everybody does, just to get a nice secure grip on your workpiece. It's bad for the threads, that's why you're not meant to do it. But everybody does. But it also puts extra stress on the handle and the shaft here, and you can actually, if you go like Hulk smash on it, then you'll actually strip the corners off the handle, or round these corners off. You can do it like over time, if you're smashing the hell out of it regularly. So I'll not be doing that though, but I do like a close fit is what I'm trying to say. I don't like it a sloppy, loose, shaky sort of fit on the handle when it's fit into the shaft. So there'll be a few other bits and pieces I'll need to touch up. I'm not happy with this here, for instance. The collar will be running on this surface, so I'll have to scrape some of that paint away, I think. Fit the shaft and the collar, and then do a mark around where the collar is resting, and that will be my edge for my painting then. I can then dress the paint up so it's it's neat. I might put the collar black, maybe, just as a bit of contrast to the grey. I think I've got a little tub of black enamel lying around somewhere. This is just farting about, really. I should just get it together and get it into its box, and I haven't made the box yet either. So yeah, I guess I've run out of steam now. I'll leave it at that. That's I don't know if this is really a machining device video. It's maybe just a rant about Dremmel prices. A heads up on that I got my Vee block clamps. And clamp rather. I've got a clamp here for it as well. I'd like to know what this black stuff is that they put on it. It's tough, you know. I don't like the finish. The finish is kind of rough on it, you know. It's starting to flake away in places now a little bit. I'm wondering if this is similar to the stuff they used on the wood planes, you know, the Stanley Wood Planes. I can't remember the name of it now. It begins with R. I watched this guy restoring some old Stanley Wood Planes, and seemingly you can't get this stuff anymore. It's, you know, too toxic for the environment or something. I don't know why they don't make it anymore, but hold on here 1 second. I've got this here. This was something I'd started working on, but I'm waiting for little wire wheels, you know, for the Dremmel, so that I can get in about all these nooks and crannies and get this all cleaned out and polished up before repainting it. So they're coming home from China now. They'll be in a container on a ship somewhere in the middle of the ocean. So this black stuff they put all over plane bodies, there's a name for it, and it's escaping me at the moment. It begins with R, the letter R. Anyway, it'll no matter. They don't, I think they use some sort of enamel paint now, and it's not the same as the original stuff that they used to use. Not as tough anyway, but I think it's, I don't know, you know, some of the woodwork guys, you know, they take not offence to it, but I don't think it makes that much of a difference, to be honest with you. You know, you should be looking after your tools anyway, making sure they're rust free, and you know, some of these tools I got home in that box were just in an awful state. You know, a lot of people have just got too much stuff. You know, they've got, you know, that's rich coming from me. I've got boxes and boxes of old tools, I suppose. But a lot of people, let's put it this way, a lot of people don't appreciate what they've got. Now, being a guy that's worked in the manufacturing environment all his life, I'll bet you a lot of work went into this. Excuse me, a bit of dust. First you've got to melt the material down, yeah? Somebody's got to make the mould. So to make the mould, they've got to make a pattern. Once the cast part is made, it's got to be taken out of the mould. Then all these machining things have got to be done to it. There's a milled surface here, there's tapped holes, there's possibly a ground surface there. These were probably ground surfaces. Another tapped hole. You know, that would have taken a squad of men to produce that. Now, of course, you know, Henry Ford made everything, you know, mass produced, so that's the way we are now. But even then, if a single man tried to make that would take them weeks or more, maybe. You know, especially if you had to start from scratch and make all the equipment to do it. And people are chucking this away. Oh, it's an old plane. What use is that? We've got a new electric power plane. We don't need this old one anymore. Well, anyway, I'll leave it at that, folks. I'm about out of time anyway. So, hope you enjoyed this little hodgepodge of comments. And bye for now.